This week we're talking about money. Yeah. How do you get it? How do you keep it? How do you make more of it? Well, it's a good question. Let's talk about it. There are many ways a working musician can make money. Gigging, selling their songs, their music, CDs, downloads, what have you. But just getting paid for playing live isn't enough. Now, you need to do more nowadays. Record labels aren't going to be throwing money at you like they did in the 80s and 90s. You need to figure out ways to bring in more, to pay for recording, to pay for transportation, to pay for everything. In this day and age, we have many tools. A lot of those tools are YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, social media. Let's just lump it all together. You have that, and you have other sources. There are services available that host websites, services available to help you get your music onto places like iTunes and Amazon and whatnot. You need to utilize those. But, okay, you don't have an album yet. How do you generate more income than just the working for the door, which is a bad idea to begin with. Don't work for the door. Don't play venues that say they'll pay you based upon the number of people that show up. You're not going to make any money doing that. If and where you can, play for a guarantee. The venue tells you exactly how much they're going to pay you, and that's what you get at the end of the night. You need to force the issue, I think. Another way you can bring in revenue is acquire merchandise to sell at your shows. Most venues that I know of will allow you to take over a table and set up a merch table, where you can sell t-shirts and bumper stickers and such. I would highly recommend you do that. To me, it just makes sense to do that. Get your name, get your brand, because that's exactly what a band is. It's a brand out there in the public. Get people wearing your t-shirts, putting bumper stickers on their cars, whatever. Just like the trailers that you see in the background here, like that one. That one's mine. People know who I work for. As I'm going down the highway, there's another one. You got to get your name out there. This is business. It's not just having fun. This is, you want to get paid for what you do. You put in a lot of work, a lot of effort into making your music or your craft, whatever it may be. Not just music, but, whatever. If you're in a band and you are the one that makes all the decisions, that's a choice between you and your bandmates. Personally, I prefer to treat my other bandmates as partners. Everybody has equal say in what we do, what we sell, how we image ourselves. It's not just up to one person. You're all in this together. You all need to make the same decisions or come together. Unless you're a solo artist, it's not all about you. It's about everybody in the band, and everybody wants to make at least gas money, for every show that they do. So stop working for the door. The last time I was involved with a band that worked for the door, they got $80 on about 100 people in the venue. and they were the only band that got paid. Nobody else got paid because they were working on the door. Oh, playing. Nobody made any money. So stop working for the door. It's fine if the venue wants to charge a cover to get in, but make sure you're getting paid what you believe to be fair. Otherwise, you're just getting screwed. And that's the problem. And again, aside from getting paid for what you do for the night, sell merchandise, t-shirts, bumper stickers, guitar picks, drumsticks, whatever. Take a page out of Gene Simmons' book. I'm certainly not a fan of Gene Simmons, but when it comes to making money for his band, the man is a genius. Can't say anything more about that. You know, learn from those that have done it. Maybe even consider finding something online to help you run your business. Accounting classes or something, you know, that helps you increase your bottom line. You need the money to pay for fuel, to pay for food, to pay for production, to pay for everything. You know, it's just no-brainer to me. Another way that you can create income is create videos online. You know, put them on YouTube, like this. Granted, you have to have so many subscribers and so many watch hours in order to get paid, but eventually it'll happen. You know, you'll get the numbers that you need, and literally just pimp yourself out. You know, push it all the time. Promotion. You have to promote your band, your brand. Whether you're a solo artist or in a band, doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter if you're making music or if you're making quilts. You have a brand, push it. And push it hard. Make it your job. Another thing that you can do is create a Patreon. Patreon page. You know, and while yeah, kind of seems like begging, but when you look at what other creators on Patreon are doing, what they're making, how much they're bringing in, either per creation or per month, it blows your mind. It really does. If you're not familiar with how Patreon works, as a outside individual, you know, not a creator, you can support your favorite creators monthly. It's a reoccurring thing. You know, whether it's $1, $5, whatever. Some of my favorite YouTubers make several $1 million a year doing it, and that just blows my mind. But that being said, again, you have to push, you have to promote, you have to get your name, your brand, your self out there. You know, like days of old, what you did was you went to a club and you flyered. You put flyers out for people to come and see you play. Well, we don't necessarily do that anymore. We have Facebook and Twitter and, you know, social media to do that for us. Much easier and much more convenient. We don't have to go to 13 nightclubs just to get the word out. You know, We don't have to rely on local media anymore, you know, such as radio stations, because radio stations aren't playing local music. They haven't done that in a long time. And even when they did, it was a very few radio stations that did it. When radio went corporate, you know, all your local radio stations were no longer local. That opportunity disappeared. Well, now we've got YouTube. Now we've got iTunes, Amazon, Google Play, you know, Spotify, Pandora. And yeah, you can get your music on those services. You can do it individually, which with over 150 different services now, that's going to take some time. There are services that do it for a fee. I know of one that costs $20 a year and gets your music on all the above mentioned services. That's another way to get your music out there, and you get paid for it. Maybe not a lot, but you get paid for it. You know, like I said earlier, there aren't any labels that are going to be throwing millions of dollars at you anymore. Because, well, quite frankly, that was a loan. That wasn't free money. And you had to pay taxes on it. You still got to pay taxes on anything that you earn now, but you're earning it. It's not a loan. You're not paying it back. You know, some of my favorite bands from the 80s, they didn't start making money until middle of the 90s or later, because they had to repay all that money that the big labels gave them, quote unquote. You know, some of my favorite bands are still fighting for their publishing rights. Doing it independent, you don't have to fight. You don't have anybody stealing your publishing rights and your writing credits. You know, you get to keep that, and you get to reap the benefit of it. Not saying it's easy to make money in this business, and you have to treat it like a business. Otherwise, you're going to fail. And I don't want to see anybody fail. So, get to work. We'll see you next week. If you like what you just saw, please click the like, subscribe button. Share it with friends. That would help me out greatly. Another way to help me is to click on the link in the description for my Patreon. Appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.